Welcome to The Read Along,
a mini book club for your ears.
I'm your host, Scott.
I'm your other host, Anita.
And join us on a journey through a good book,
one chapter at a time.
Do you like talking about movies? Do you like talking about mediocre movies? Do you like talking about how you could have fixed mediocre movies? Well, I certainly do, and you can listen to me, Scott C. Bourgeois, along with my co-hosts Greg Beaver and Liam Creswick, as we give our notes in I Have Some Notes. You can follow it now on your podcatcher of choice or support it by visiting patreon.com/I Have Some Notes. A lot of talk about K-Days going on.
Yeah.
That's about to get started at time of recording.
Mm-hmm.
By the time this episode drops, it'll probably be done or close to done.
Yes?
That was a lengthy pause that will have been trimmed down in the edit.
Sorry, I had to think about it for a second because I didn't know what day I was on.
Now, there are going to be many of you listening right now who are thinking, what the heck is a K-Days? It is the kind of like big Edmonton-based fair that happens once a year. It used to be called Klondike Days in reference to like the gold rush times. It eventually got trimmed down to just K-Days, just K-Days now.
Yeah, it's just K-Days.
And it's like the big fair that comes through every year.
Yeah, there's a trade show that takes over like our big exhibitors hall.
Mm-hmm.
There is a huge midway full of rides
Probably,
and games.
Yeah, probably the biggest local midway of the year.
Probably.
Yeah.
There's a concert series now that accompanies it.
Some pretty big names coming.
Yeah,
too.
it's become a very big deal in Edmonton.
We have not gone in years.
No, we have not. Because let's be honest, and with all due respect to midways, they are very expensive.
Yeah.
For not a lot.
Yeah. They've gotten more expensive. There was a time when I would say it was reasonably affordable. You could go and have a good time for a reasonable cost. Those days are gone.
It's true.
Like, yeah, you can get some good rides, but like the food's also really expensive now, like the carnival food.
Yeah.
The trade show's quite expensive. There was a time when I'm going to say in my early 20s when it was kind of fun to go, and that time has kind of passed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't really take the kids. Also, it's kind of too big for the kids at their age.
At this point, it would be really overwhelming for them.
Yeah.
It's really big.
Yeah, a few episodes ago, we mentioned bringing them just to the little fair that came for Canada Day.
Yeah, the one that was just like the corner of the parking lot.
Yeah, that was perfect size for them.
Yeah.
K-Day's a little too big. Too many people, too much noise. I don't think they'd have a good time.
Well, they would for a little while, and then they'd be spent, and we'd have spent a bunch of money for nothing.
Yeah.
Very little, I should say.
For the same price, we could go and have a much more interesting, like, 3 experiences and dinner.
Yeah, probably. Anyway.
People had been talking about it lately, so it seemed like something to bring up.
Yeah. I mean, and if carnivals are your thing, like, power to you. It's a big one. It's a good one.
Yeah, I'd say most major cities probably have, like, one big carnival a year.
Probably.
Don't know what it would be wherever you are. I know down in Calgary, they have the Calgary Stampede. That's
Yeah.
also a big rodeo, very controversial. Won't get into that here. But that was just before K-Days. It goes the Calgary big event, and then literally the same midway packs up, comes to Edmonton, sets up for K-Days.
Recess, yeah.
That's just kind of that.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah, big spectacle events.
The summertime events in our city are happening.
Which is exactly where Dani finds herself right now, at a big spectacle event.
It's true.
Segue.
Well done, honey.
So yeah, we'll get into that with a brief recap of our previous chapter, which was chapter 26, in which Dani and Elliot arrive at the gala, glad hand a little bit, and get their photos taken by the paparazzo as they head up into the fortress to experience the party. And things, at least for me, didn't sit well. There were a lot of little warning signs that nothing was going to go right. And as we discover moving into the next chapter, things pretty much immediately go off the rails.
Yeah, pretty much.
And so that leads us into chapter 27 of The Frame Up by Gwenda Bond.
So things don't so much go wrong as they do fall apart. right? Stuff starts to unravel.
Yeah, it's less that things go wrong so much as things immediately weren't going to plan at all and are already like way off the rails, and Danny is way down the rails wondering why the train hasn't come.
Right?
That's my metaphor. It's a train that she's waiting for and is already way off in the bush.
Nobody sticks to the plan.
Yeah, that's
Things go horribly awry.
the real surprise here is that Danny thought she was working with a professional crew, and funnily enough, apparently so did Elliot. And nope, that turned out to not be the case.
Okay, let's get into this.
Yeah, so to start, Danny manages to shake Brad pretty quickly.
Well, shake isn't quite the right term.
Yeah, they spend a good half hour kind of glad-handing people and doing small talk, and then Brad finally like takes pity on her. He words it as, you probably want to go take in the art one last time, so by all means, I'll catch up with you later. What he's really saying is, you've got work to do. Get to it.
You go do your thing. I got this.
She starts meandering through the galleries. She doesn't want to head right to the Archer Gallery because that would seem a little too suspicious.
Yeah, like a woman in a ball gown trucking it through an art gallery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks a little off, doesn't it?
Yeah, so she starts kind of taking her time to get there. She's kind of keeping an eye on the evil twins who are also kind of like working the room.
Right, talking into her earpiece, right? Checking in when no one will notice her talking to herself.
Yeah, and making sure that people are relatively where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And that's when Elliot kind of chimes in and is like, we have a problem in the Archer Gallery.
Yeah.
You should probably head here.
And then Mia immediately chimes in with nothing.
No, there's no problem here.
Nothing, no problems. Keep your positions. And I was like, oh, that's a red flag.
Yeah. And then when Danny goes to check in with Rabbit as well, Rabbit is off comms.
Yep.
Just not there anymore. And
if that's not a huge red flag, I don't know what is.
Yeah, Danny is confused by that and starts trying to like come up with an excuse why Rabbit might have gone for like a smoke break or something.
Yeah, an ill-timed bathroom break, Rabbit. I'm like, I don't think this is a bathroom break, Danny.
Yeah, and of course, as things get more dire through the chapter, Danny keeps frantically trying to get a hold of Rabbit, and Rabbit is not coming back. Rabbit's just not on comms anymore.
Not there.
As Danny's making her way to the Archer Gallery, she actually notices the band stops playing. And that's when Brad decides to go make his announcement.
That's right.
That may also be slightly ill-timed. He tries to like call her up, and she's like, no. And he looks disappointed, but doesn't press, because obviously he knows what's going on. Yeah, so Danny makes her way to the Archer Gallery, where she's met by Elliot and Mia,
who is in costume performing next to Liz.
Danny contains her fury, but also then is like, well, now I know what that practice gear in the barn was for. It was because Mia was practicing to perform with the troupe.
Yep.
Danny goes over to admire them, quote unquote, and Liz like comes down on one of the silks and is like, hey, just don't be angry at her. I told her it would be okay. And Danny's internal monologue is like, yeah, but it wasn't up to you. It was up to me.
Yeah, this is not your call. What are you doing?
And Mia tries to just be like, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, the apology. Sorry. Yeah. Also, I don't know where Mom is. What?
Yeah, so Mia's not where she's supposed to be, and Rabbit is in the wind.
Yeah, definitely not where she's supposed to be.
Correct. And then the alarm starts to go off.
Okay, I assume that's because of the evil twins. I don't know if I'm right.
I don't think this is the evil twins. I think this is Brenner's group making their move. Danny seems to imply that this is kind of on schedule, or at least very close to on schedule. That Brenner's team was supposed to make a move and then their team was supposed to make their move. But it's happening too early, and Mia's not where she's supposed to be, and Rabbit is nowhere to be found. So what's happening?
Yeah, so it's all wrong. Everything has gone horribly awry already. It's just unraveled underneath her immediately.
Yeah. Elliot goes to check with the guards, like, hey, what's going on? And they confirm something's going on upstairs in one of the other galleries. They probably shouldn't have told him that.
Yeah, but it's Elliot, and he's very charming, and he's bro-y with them, you know.
Yeah, and the FBI people start mobilizing, and stuff is happening. Stuff is happening too fast. Stuff is not happening on schedule. People aren't where they're supposed to be. And then the last thing Danny sees is the evil twins making their way to the Archer Gallery looking real pleased by everything that's going on.
That's why I assumed that the alarm was their diversion. Like they've set something off as the distraction.
Maybe.
I might have it wrong too.
Or they were just assuming that Danny and Brenner were both going to make their move, and they're trying to basically scoop them by making their move first.
Maybe.
They don't seem like planners. so much as opportunists.
The thing about the evil twins that I've noticed so far is that subtlety is not their strong suit.
It's true.
Like, they made no attempt to hide themselves from Danny. Like, they made eye contact. Like, they practically smiled and waved.
Yep.
They're being blatant about it. Is that the best tactic here?
Maybe for them, because all eyes are on Danny and Brenner's team. Right?
Yeah, but just saying, like, sometimes subtlety is key, my friends.
Yeah. Archer even pops out at one point and is
Oh,
like,
God.
your mom would have done a better job of this.
Dude, showing up to insult the person you hired to do a job is not making that job any easier. He is bad at this, if this is in fact what he's trying to do.
I'm going to go so far as to say in this moment, everyone's bad at this.
Everyone's being bad at this.
Especially considering Rabbit, a veteran thief who has done myriad heists in her time, should know better than to go off script without telling the point person on the job, which to me just once again shows that Danny was never the point person on this job.
No, I think you're right.
I think this has been Maria's job all along.
Probably. I see it one of two ways. Either there is in fact a plan B, which is the undermining of Danny's plan at every point that other people are following, or people have gone off script and are following their own separate agendas, which I think is worse.
Again, I think that points to Maria having been the one pulling the strings all along. Certainly with Rabbit.
Honestly, I think it all comes down to Rabbit.
I don't know if Mia and Elliot are necessary. I think Mia may have just made a rash decision, not knowing that her mother was also doing something she shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, I don't think the two of them would let the comms be empty like that.
Yeah, and I certainly don't think that Elliot is in on it, and that would make sense to me because he would almost certainly give it away to Danny, right? If he's got legitimate feelings for her.
Probably.
So he wouldn't have been in on the loop. I think that Maria's making a play right now. Rabbit's in on that, and that's left Danny scrambling.
Yeah, very possible.
Yeah.
Very possible, and I would argue probable.
Yeah, so everything's gone wrong. Everything has gone wrong at this point. And it's not just what a crazy thing that has gone wrong here. Certainly we couldn't have planned for this, wink. No, I think legitimately Danny's floundering at the moment.
Yeah, although I sort of played out an alternate scenario in my head to see if it would work. And if this one is correct, it probably isn't, then Mia's the problem. Because Mia left to go perform with Liz, operating on her own want to be part of the action agenda, which left Rabbit open to be, like, taken out somehow.
Also possible.
Right?
The evil twins could have neutralized... Well, no, they couldn't have, because they were in the party and Rabbit was watching them. So it would have to be someone else.
Yeah. I'm just saying, Mia not watching as well left an opening for Rabbit to be taken out, leaving no one on surveillance, basically leaving Danny and Elliot in the dark.
Yeah, and Danny is definitely, I think I can confidently say Danny's in the dark, because if she's not, then she's lying to us in her internal monologue.
Right?
Which seems weird.
Agreed.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's kind of where things are at.
Yeah.
Bit of a fast-paced chapter, not as much to chew on as last time, but...
No, I'm expecting a lot of action in the next one, though, because we are running at that action full tilt.
Well, we're also running out of book, so if
Yeah,
this
that
heist
too.
is going to go off, we need to get to it, so... Actually, because this was a bit of a shorter episode, and we are running up on the end of the book, this might be a good time to mention if you've never listened to us before. If you have, bear with me, you've heard this spiel, but if you've never listened to us before, when we end a book, there is no break. After the last chapter, we then have one final episode where we do a full analysis of the book. We do full book club.
Yeah. Proper where we talk about the whole thing.
Yeah, because we finally have the full context of the book and we can really discuss it. We're not speculating. We're not doing it chapter by chapter. We're able to fully take in the scope of it.
Yeah.
And then at the end of that episode, we announce what our next book is, and then we begin immediately reading the next book the next week.
Yeah.
So that's something to look forward to. And again, if you've already heard this spiel, my apologies.
You know the drill. We'll carry on.
Yeah. So we'll indeed be carrying on into chapter 28, which you'll want to read up on in time for next week.
I know I will.
While you're doing that, you can give us a little rating and review on your podcatcher of choice.
Because we appreciate those.
Yes, we do. You can also get a hold of us via social media.
Absolutely. Pick your favorite. We are on Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky, and Goodreads. We are at The Read Along on most of them.
We are also at an email address.
Well done, honey. Yes, please, you can reach us at thereadalong@gmail.com.
And with that said, as always, we love you very much, and we'll see you next time.
It's getting actiony. Woo!
Thank you for joining us on The Read Along with your hosts, Anita and Scott Bourgeois. All Read Along music is by Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech.com. Cover art is by Aaron Beaver. Be sure to join us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at The Read Along, and check out our group on Goodreads.com.